What if you could automatically generate social media content with you as an AI avatar in the front and some relevant screenshot background that's completely unique to that specific topic or a video that you could use instead? In today's video, I'm going to be running you through exactly how you can do that using Firecrawl as well as HeyGen to be able to automate your social media process of getting that content idea all the way through to a fully developed AI avatar video that you'll be able to post online. So let's come down to the bottom and see exactly how it works. We're going to come through to execute workflow. We're going to be using our Perplexity search engine to go off and get multiple stories for us to analyze. We're then going to analyze those stories, identify which one would be best for us to post onto social media. We're then going to scrape that news story using Firecrawl to make sure that we get all of the insights to get that script ready to go. We're then going to go through, generate the script for our social media video. We'll screenshot that story. We're going to upload it into our Google Drive. We're saving all of this in Airtable. So if I come across, as you can see here, we've got it all ready to go so that we can refer back to it to the future. Or if we come back, as you're seeing here, we've got multiple different stories that if we wanted to, we'll be able to go through and add each of these into our Airtable to do it in the future. We're going to come out of here though. We can see that we've got the screenshot ready to go of that specific story. We're going to come out of here. We're going to go off to HeyGen and then be able to generate the AI avatar video for us. We're then going to wait a couple of minutes just for this to come back. And then we're going to be able to download that video and see the end result. So there we go. We've now got that video coming back. And we'll be able to come into the next screen here and just see exactly the output that we got. So if we come out of here, we'll come in to download the video. We'll be able to see that response in a second. We'll see that we've also uploaded it into our Google Drive so we can access that in a second. And we've come across and stored it in our Airtable so we can go through and use this as much as we want if we come across. As we can see here, we've got the link to the Google Drive. So I'll open this up. It's just being processed. So we'll wait for this to come back. Or if we come back across, what we should be able to do is come into here where we've got the download the video, and I'll play it over the screen now so you can see exactly what the output is.
A tech company is committed to ensuring that artificial general intelligence benefits everyone by creating AI tools designed to tackle complex challenges. In its recent submission to the US Office of Science,
there we go. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I think we've got a bit of tweaking we need to do on the English accent, but I think we're still doing much better to think this was done in a matter of seconds. And if you want to get access to all of the resources that we run through today, make sure to come across to the community link down below, come into Classroom. We're going to come down to where we've got our AI video generation. You'll get access to all of this for free as part of your 7-day free trial. We'll come to where we've got HeyGen, AI avatar, social media. You'll get access to all of the different curl requests that we're going to be building out today, as well as the blueprints. All you need to do is come down, download the blueprint, come into a new environment, do the 3 dots, import from file, select that JSON that we've downloaded, and it will load up for you all straight away. You only need to replace your API keys. The rest is done automatically. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're interested in AI and automation, and let's jump straight into the build. So first things first, we're going to get rid of all of these different parts so that we can run through it nice and quickly. Now I'm going to be using a manual execute here, but if you wanted to, you could do it as a schedule if you wanted to. So we go through at certain times of the day, just depends on what you want. First things first, we're going to need to get our news stories. So to do that, I'm going to be using Perplexity, which is an AI search engine that can go off and find lots of great news stories for us to be able to generate the output we're looking for. So we're going to come across to Perplexity. We're going to come down to our account. We're going to come and click here. We'll do my account. This will load up our settings. We then want to make sure we've got a group set up, and we're going to want to start our API keys in here. Now I've got one already generated, so we're going to use that today. What we also need to do though is make sure that we've got our request ready to go. So I'll include the link below so you can find this nice and easy. But this is where we're going to be doing create chat completions, i.e. sending off a request to Perplexity to get the output that we want. If you do this from scratch, come through, do try, you need to add in all the details in here, but we've got it all ready to go in the community. So I'll come up to where we've got the curl request. There we go. I'll be able to copy all of this, copy, and then come back across and paste in the import curl, and it will load it up for us all automatically. We're going to be triggering a chat completion. We need to update our API token, so I'll do that in a second, and the rest is going to be filled out for you straight away. The only thing you need to go through and change is this content here to be specific to that request that you want. So for example here, I've said that I wanted to list 5 specific AI business news stories published in the last 7 days. We know it's going to only search the last 7 days because we specified it here to do the last week. We'll want a one-liner summary and we want the output to come as JSON so we can use it nice and easy a bit later on. We're going to come a bit further up though and replace our bearer token. So we'll come back to our Perplexity API keys. We're going to copy all of this, come back across, and then paste in here, and it's all ready to go. We'll do execute step. This is going to go off and find all of our news stories for us. This is incredibly cheap to run. It's costing, less than $1, way less than $1 for all of these searches that you're going to do. And it's going to be on the latest and greatest news or whatever you want to get the insight into. So as you can see here, we've got 7 news stories that have come back. And we're able to see each one here. So we've got disrupting malicious use of AI from OpenAI. We've got almost timely news, small businesses growing with AI from Substack, and many, many more here as well. And that's where if you wanted to, you'd be able to come out of here. You could do split if you wanted to. Do this, come across to the left-hand side, put across those search results, execute the step, and you'll end up with 8 unique items, i.e. 8 unique stories. So if you wanted to save each one, you could then come out of here, and then you would be able to add an Airtable step, which would then add each of them in here. We're not going to do that today though. We're running through how to get that best output possible. So we're going to do a basic LLM chain in here. So we'll come across, we're going to do basic LLM chain. We're going to change this to be defined below. On the left-hand side here, the information we've got from Perplexity, you're going to need to search all the way down at the bottom where we've got this content here. You're going to pull that across to the prompt, and that's going to give us the output that we're looking for, which summarizes all of these stories so we can find the best one to talk about. We're going to come down and add our prompt in here. So we're going to change to expression, open this up, and we're going to paste it in here. There we go. And what this is saying is we're going to analyze it to find the best TikTok, short form content, LinkedIn, whatever it may be, for that specific industry that we're working with. We can keep this or remove this, it's up to you. I've kept it in just so it's nice and easy. The title is going to be specific to each of those stories that come through. So for example here, you would need to go and split out the array just to make sure that you're doing all of the different titles. I'm going to get rid of each of these though, because we've got this title up the top here. What we need to do is before we execute the step, is we need to change the specific output we're looking for, and we need to come out of here and choose the LLM we want to send off, or the AI brain. We'll click on model, and as we can see here, we've got lots and lots of options. I'm going to use the OpenAI one for now, just because it's nice and cheap to get the output. I'll just change this across to 4.1, so we get a bit more of that latest intelligence coming through. And if you've not done this before, make sure to come into credentials, create a new credential, and add your API key in here, and you'll be all good to go. We've got lots of videos in the community that show exactly how to do this. And if you want to, I'll include the link below that shows the documentation to do it yourself. We'll do save. We're going to pull this across. The output parser, we're going to do a structured JSON output. We're then going to copy and replace all of this. So we're looking for the title of that news story, the URL of that specific story, the potential virality, i.e. how viral that video could be, and the reason that sits behind it. Again, lots of information here. You can include as much or as little as you want. We're going to do save, add that up there. So now we've got the story coming back. We need to choose which one. So we'll do execute step. This is going to analyze all of those stories coming through. And then we go, if we open this up, we can see that we've got disruptive use of AI from OpenAI. So we can write the story all about this. So we've now chosen that story we want to develop. The next part we're going to do is actually get all of the information about that story. So to do that, we're going to use a HTTP request. We're going to need to come across to the community and copy this curl request. So if we come back across, we can import the curl in here. And this is going to fill out all of the information. Now we're going to be using a fantastic scraper here, which is Firecrawl, to get all of the data that we need ready for our AI LLM that we're going to be using today. It's used by lots of top companies. We're going to be using the scrape modules, but they've got lots of other key functionality that you can use and some agentic AI stuff built in as well. It's really good. We're going to get our screenshots through this platform as well. We're going to need to come across. We're going to need to generate an API token as well. So we're going to copy the one that I've just done, and we'll come back into our environment and replace the API token in here. So it's all good to go. Now, if we come a bit further down, we'll see that we're going to be sending off a request with that URL into our Firecrawl instance so that we can scrape all of the data. We're not going to be returning any images. We're going to block any of the ads that come up. We're going to automatically change our proxy location, and we've given it a prompt here to really analyze it and pull back the key information. Now, if we do execute step, it's going to go off and analyze it for us. And just to be transparent on pricing, this can be very cheap. So we're using the free plan just for this demo today, but you've also got hobby, standard, and growth. So just play around with it and see exactly what you want. For many of you, that free plan is going to be more than enough for what you need. We're going to come back across, and as we can see here, it's now analyzed and extracted all of that information. And if we come down the bottom, we'll see that we've got this JSON request, which has pulled out that key information based on the prompt that we gave it, so that it's going to put out the key information, the publication name, the title, all of the stuff that we need to write our script on. Speaking of script, we're going to come out of here, do save, and we're going to add in a basic LLM chain so that we can use this to write our script. We're going to change the chat trigger node to define below. We'll come to the left-hand side, close metadata, and pull across content. This is all of the content around that specific news story. We're also going to come down the bottom, add our prompt. We'll change to expression for the system, and we're going to open this up and paste in here. There we go. And what we're saying is basically a voiceover script writer for business news. You can change it exactly what you want depending on your use case. I'm going to do save, pull this across for formatting, and then we'll connect up our AI node here for the LLM with OpenAI. But if you really like being able to use Claude, you can add the different ones in here and give it that tonality instead. Now we'll come through, we'll execute the step, and now it's going to generate the new story for us, as we can see here, and the script we're going to pass across to HeyGen in a minute. First, we're going to need to get our screenshot. So we're going to come down, we're going to pull this here, we'll do HTTP request, and we're going to be using Firecrawl again so that we can go and get that screenshot. We'll come back into our environment, we're going to need to import another curl, we'll come across to the community, and we're going to copy all of this, come back across, import from curl, paste in there, and we're all good to go. We're staying with the scrape HTTP request. We are going to need to add our API key back in, so we'll come and copy this, come back across and then paste in there. Just add the space back in. We need to update where we've got our information that's come out. So we're going to need to say that the URL is going to be from our basic LLM chain, which is where we analyze that new story. So we're going to get rid of this and then pull across that URL so it's ready to go. We've said that the format is going to be a JSON screenshot request. We're going to go through and make sure that we get all of the information. The rest is not as important. The key part is that screenshot. We're now going to do execute step. This is going to go off and screenshot that web page for us like we saw a little bit earlier so that we can use it as the background of our AI video. We'll come out of here. We're going to do save, just pull that down. And now we can see that we've got the output back. And we've got the screenshot PNG ready to go here. And this is how we're going to download that file. So we're going to come out of here, HTTP request. We'll pull across that screenshot into here where we've got our URL. And then we're going to come down to the bottom, do response. And then we'll change this to file. So we make sure that we're getting that file coming back, which is the screenshot. So there we go. We can now see that we've got that screenshot all ready to go. We're going to do save, come out of here. And now we need to save it. So we're going to do Google and then Drive, Google Drive. I'm going to do upload a file. There we go. I've already got my connection ready to go, but if you've not done it before, do create new credential. You'll see all of this information you need to upload. We've got videos in the community that show how to do this. I'll include the documentation below so that you're able to do it yourself as well. We're going to close this down. We'll do close. We're going to say that we need to upload the file. So we're going to change this to schema. I'm going to put across the description there, or maybe the title actually, and we can use this just to name that screenshot that we're using. I've already got a folder ready to go, which is here, which is all of the screenshots that we've generated. So we'll come back across. We're going to do AI screenshot, and there we go. We're all ready. So now we can do execute step, and it should go green on the right-hand side here, and upload it into the folder. All ready to go. Now we'll do save, and we're going to need one last step here, which is for Airtable, and we're going to need to make sure that we create a record here so that we can go through and add all of the information for us to use it later on. I've already got a base ready to go. You'll get access to it in the resources. All you need is the title, URL, attachments URL, the script, viral score, and the avatar URL ready to go. If you've not added your connection before, come up to the top and do Builders Hub. It's going to bring you to this screen here. You just need to create a new token, add some of the key scopes in here. We've got lots of other videos that show exactly how to do this. Come through, add all of these. You can add all resources. It'll give you an API key. Just copy and paste it across and add it in your credentials here for the access token, and you'll be good to go. We're going to come out of here though, and we're going to need to start populating the information. So we're going to have the title as the name of the file. We can do the URL from our basic LLM chain, which is where we've analyzed the news story. So we'll add that across. The attachments, this is going to be our Google Drive view one here. So we'll come down. You can either do the web view link or you can do the download. It's up to you. They're both perfectly fine to use. The script, we're going to need to collapse this down and come up to where we've got our basic LLM chain once. This is where we generated that script a bit earlier. And if we wanted to, we can add the viral score in here, so it's all ready to go. Now, if I do execute step, it should come through and upload it into our table here. So now if I just do another field, which will be last modified time, we'll be able to see when it was added. Let's come back across. We're going to come out of here and do save, because we need to get into the next part, which is all around our AI avatars with HeyGen. Now, I'm using the free version of HeyGen here just to show you what it looks like for the main platform. You are going to, however, need to make sure that you've upgraded for the API plan. So just to show you how much that costs, we're going to come out of here. So as you can see here, you're going to need to do that $100 per month, which is going to be around 100 credits or 100 minutes of video with our HeyGen platform. The reason I'm not using Synthesia, I covered in another video, but what we can't do with Synthesia is actually extend the amount of credits that we get, and we're only limited to 30 minutes per month if you use them instead. I'll include a screenshot over the top so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to come back across though. We're going to need to come into where we've got our AI avatars. Now, I've already got one generated to me a bit earlier. We've got here where we need to upload a hyper-realistic avatar. I'm limited on the free plan, so the same as you if you don't upgrade. We're looking at that 720p, so a bit lower quality. So if you need the quality, make sure to upgrade. We're going to come into here. We can see that we've got our two avatars ready to go. We've got the video one, or I've got an image one. I'm going to be using the image one today. And as you can see, we've removed the background, ready to go. I'll include some resources below that show exactly how you can do this. We're going to come out of here. We're going to need to copy our avatar ID in a second. But first, we need to generate that request. I'll include the link below to this documentation page here, where you can generate the create avatar request, as well as retrieving the status. But we've got it ready to go in the community. So let's come back across. We're going to come down and copy this curl request for generating the image. Come back into our environment, pull this down and do HTTP. We're then going to add our curl, so we're going to paste in there. There we go. So as we can see, we've got our video create in here. We're going to need to add our API key. So to find that, we're going to come back across to our HeyGen account. We're going to come across to the settings where we've got subscription and API. We're then going to copy our API token here, come back across, and we're going to paste it in there. I'll remove it after this, so that won't work for you. If you try, you just need to go and use it yourself. We've also got our request filled out here automatically. So as we can see, we're going to be passing in that title and that callback ID. This doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's just for you to be able to find it in the future. We've got that format in the 720p quality, but it's in that vertical format with 1280 by 720 so that we can use it in the future. Same here with the aspect ratio. We've gone through and added our talking photo. So this is slightly different to the last video I covered where we're using a photo instead. So if you want to use this, come back across to your account, come to your avatars. We want to look for that photo. We're then going to copy the avatar ID, come back across, paste in there, and you'll be able to use that. We're going to come a bit further down. We can see that we've got the voice. So perhaps you want to speed them up, slow them down. You can do that in there. Change the emotion, the location of the voice. But more importantly, we've added the text in here, which is our script that we generated a bit earlier. If we want to add the background image, we're going to need to close this down. We're going to need to open up where we did the screenshot a bit earlier, which is going to be this request here. We're going to add that in here so it's all good to go, and then we'll just remove the last version, get rid of that. And on the right hand side, we'll see that request that would be sent across so that we can get it nice and easy. Let's come out of here and do execute step. And as we can see here, we've got our video ID that's come back straight away. Now we're going to need to wait a little bit. So this can take around 3 minutes or less, depending on the time of day. We're going to change this to 3 minutes just for HeyGen to generate the video for us. So we need to execute this step just so that we can wait and not have any inputs in the future. When this is finished, we're then going to add our penultimate HTTP request, which is going to get the video status before we download it and store it in our Google Drive. Whilst this is going through, the other thing that you can do in HeyGen as well is if you come down to the AI voice, you'll see here that I've got 11 labs integrated. If you want to do that, come up to the top and integrate third parties. You can do import voice, 11 labs, and you need to add your API key. To do that, come back across to your 11 labs account. You then need to create a key, copy, then be able to come across to your environment. And all you need to do is paste in there and you'll be all ready to go. You'll be able to use all of the voices that are in 11 labs and perhaps you've trained on yourself so that it sounds a lot like you. Let's come out of here though, we'll come back and we'll just wait for this to finish going through that 3 minutes. There we go, all successfully executed. Now we can come through and do that HTTP request and we'll be able to go through and just double check that video status. So we'll come back across to the community. We're going to copy this curl request here, import the curl so it's all ready to go. We'll then need to come to the URL, expression and open up. We're going to get rid of this end part here and put across that voice ID. We're then going to, video ID, sorry. We'll then come down here and add our API key. So again, this is going to be our HeyGen 1. So we're going to come back to where we've got it earlier. So we'll come into our settings, subscriptions, HeyGen API, copy, and then paste in here. Now, if we do execute step, we should see that it's completed, or it looks like it's still processing. So this is taking a little bit longer than usual. I'm sure if we do execute step again, we'll see that any second now it should come back all completed and ready to go, because we're going to need our video URL here to be able to download it in a second. There we go, all completed. So now we've got our video URL that we'll be able to download. So we'll come out of here, we'll do HTTP request. All we're going to do is put across our video URL. You can add in down here if you want the response and file, but it should come back straight away just without that even being in place in the video format that we need, which is MP4, so we can use it. Now
A leading AI company has emphasized its commitment to ensuring artificial general intelligence.
So there we go. So as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. We would need to move it to the right hand side there a little bit more. We can't have that level of function through an API at the moment. There are other platforms out there that let you do it. So it just depends if you want to use it all in HeyGen or if you want a platform like Creatomate where you could go through and do it slightly separately. Let me know in the comments below if you want that video made and we can have a look into it. We'll pull this across. Now that we've got it back, we'll do Google and then Drive. And all we need to do is upload that file and we can put it into our folder. So I'm going to come across to schema. We'll do video and then we can pull across that callback ID. And then we'll just come down here and change this to be our AI video, and we can choose that there. Now, if we do execute step, what we'll see is in our AI video avatar, we should get that file loaded any second now once it goes green, so that we're able to use it. So we'll see this coming back any second now. There we go, it's all green. And if I refresh this, it's now all saved in here, ready to be used. And the last step, all we need to do is come across to here. We'll do Airtable. We're going to do upload or update a record, We're then going to add our connection back in. We're going to choose the exact same table that we had earlier, so AI news. There we go. We'll add in our table that we had. And then all we want to do is add the video URL. We don't want to change anything else. So we're going to come into here. We're going to get rid of all of these different ones just to make sure that we're not overriding anything. We're going to collapse down our Google Drive, come back to the last Airtable and put across that ID. And then we're also going to collapse that Airtable, come back up to the Google Drive and put across that web view link so that we can store it. So now if we do execute step, it will go through and add it all into our Airtable so we can use that as the central repository. This is just one way of using it. If you wanted to start the process with maybe an e-form so that it would be specific to different ones, or getting different news through Hacker News, anything like that, you can do that as well. And as we can see here, it's all ready to go at the bottom. All you would need to do is click on this and it'll be ready to go. That's a really quick video, just how to create viral AI avatar videos using HeyGen and screenshots with Firecrawl. If you want to get access to this and many more resources, make sure to come across to our community. You'll get access to so much value that we've got in here. We're constantly adding new content in here each day, each week. Stay tuned for more around AI agents, automation, and have a great day.